What's up everybody, this is Storm from Storm and Blackbird and this is the first edition of Halo CE Now. Basically I will explain to you what has been happening with Halo Custom Edition in the month of this video is published in. My true motivation for this is people ask what's new in Halo Custom Edition. I always get myself blank in that question because that requires some amount of researching again. Because there are lots of sources where you can get some information on Halo Custom Editions. So maybe I can do something like that beforehand in a sense of these kinds of videos. And I'll make sure that I'll keep them short and simple. So the structure is gonna be, first we'll go on Halo Maps posts because that seems to be very logical. And after that we'll go in everything outside that, like Open Carnage or YouTube or, and forgive me, Modacity! So let's get started. Pope AK-49 has presented us with an image on his 10k map pack project, and it's kinda makes sense to create some hype before CE3. Yeah, people were gonna have a lot of CE3 related news in July anyway. So what you're gonna basically see throughout this video is that projects are being made in July. Because next month is CE3 and well, you'll get to CE3 soon. So Pope hasn't made a statement on what this image is at all. But we can definitely speculate that he'll be on CE3, right? Because in July, duh. 10k map pack also featured 10k Halo theme and Pillar Water theme, which we featured in these two videos. I recommend you check those maps out, they're actually really good. And speaking of projects being made in July, Matt is finally starting out on Takedown the Extermination. Well, that actually ain't July news. We all know he's trying to work his ass off with many stuff like Sierra 117, Firefight Descent 2, if that's still going on. And then there's Takedown the Extermination, the last piece of the trilogy. Whatever it is, it will be something to remember. We all know we've seen the preview of the Scarab. What else can we see? A release? Dang. Illuminator, also responsible for the Planet Flood series that's still ongoing, has released alongside STRS4 a Thornbeast model. Take it as you leave it, I'll include links in the description to everything I'll be saying anyway. So here we go. Here's some Halo composition news. I'm sure you guys remember what Halo composition is from the CE3. That is one of the most hyped up projects ever in Halo Custom Edition. So seeing this is really surprising. It might be that the project ain't gonna be in CE3 at all. Who knows? Maybe it's just a false hype alert. We'll see. Fubih, or as we all know and love him, known as Silent Warrior and or now Kawaii Warrior, has now started a project called Project Aerial. Well, now it's actually called just Aerial. It's a project featuring loads of maps with Doom and whatever Unreal Tournament's flippity shit featured content is going to be in there. As you can pretty much tell, I haven't been playing these fast-paced shooters that much or at all, but you can definitely tell from this map. You'll definitely want to try it out and have the experience you've missed in that very map. Of course, the map I'm talking about is the one being made right now. It's called Dreadworks. Stay tuned for that. Maybe it will be featured on CE3. You heard it first from me. And well, of course in Halo Matters you read it first. Now I know this is June news-ish, but it's kinda unfair to not say this. The Soy's adventure thingy has been updated with fixed map. I'm a journalist, by the way. What I'm trying to say is the first release had some issues regarding exception data everywhere. The newer uploads are basically fixing all of that. Well, hopefully. There's still reports on exception data happening, but those things are probably final, since the forum post says so. So he's gonna be working on another project away from that single player adventure project. So if that's really true, then I can finally start trying to review that, because I basically stopped after getting exception datas myself. So stay tuned for that. Speaking of CE3, we've got the after show or post-show server where everyone gets to hang out and play multiplayer maps. Matt has been asking for us to pick the maps, like the best of them. I tried my best there. That's the post being featured, eh? Maybe you have some better suggestions. I'll put the forum discussion link in the description. Here's another huge project being worked on. It's RefleX with a capital X at the end. The project's by Sehé, one of the most underappreciated guys in the Halo custom edition scene. You know, the guy who made SAP, helped alongside BTCC22 on HSC2, and also created with a bunch of other people Halo's custom edition 1.10. RefleX has a lot going for it. First, it will feature already existing features from HAC2, as well as the very distinct Halo rank. The name itself pretty much explains what it is. But what I'm really excited about is matchmaking. Players can choose what map and game type they want to play on, and players will get matched based on ranks from Halo rank. So it's also gonna be a ranked lobby, something in that sort. Whatever it is, I'm looking forward to it. And it's due to, well, 2017. I guess that is it. There's a Firefight map being worked on right now, and you can help the map author find some bugs or give feedback or whatnot. I can give the link in the description. I haven't played it myself yet. I'll find some time to do that, but you can play the map right now and help give him some feedback. If you don't have a Halo Maps forum account, however, you can just post it in the comments and I'll just send it in Halo Maps or whatever. I'm generous enough to do that. Alright, get in there. I have been waiting the Noble Power Team's return in the form of something. Now they're back in business as the Italians have risen from whatever dead they call a university, and now they're gonna return to CE3. Man, you guys probably don't know, but the very first maps that we ever beta tested was from them, the single player maps. So I'm reluctant to see that they are gonna come back and maybe push for a final time, because you know it's in the name of the boss and be final. Another interesting thing to look at is from Jesse, you know, Mr. Foundry, and the Salamander of course is somewhere in there, but Jesse also did some things that I kinda caught my eye. Basically some modern guns and all that. Who knows? Will that get shown in CE3? He actually did make the stage this year. Check it out. It's how am I gonna look like if I stand there? I see. And here's another released map, which is really surprising considering CE3's around the corner. Well, it's actually a Metroid map. Sorta. I haven't played it myself yet because people have been complaining a lot of it in the forum posts. But you can play it right now. It basically features Metroid? Right. I've been hearing the complaints about difficult enemies. It's probably like some hardcore shooting action with whatever weaknesses the enemies are attached to. I'm a gameplay enthusiast, by the way. I'm not sure if this will be shown in CE3. Well, you can probably not guess it would be. And for fuck's sake, finally talking about CE3, let's see the more recent announcements are the submission dates. They're not really recent, but Matt actually announced it really heavily because he might be in the weight of some projects that are still being postponed? Huh, I see. So if any of you are actually watching this video who have a project and are still working on it at this very moment, I'm just gonna tell you, the last CE3 should be the best CE3, and your description of your mods or maps are pretty much defined by CE3 presentations by now. Like composition, the amount of hype it got, or the feedback is quite enormous. Maybe you can reach that epitome of human attention. Who knows? Maybe you might get some recession or something like that. It's what CE3 is there for. It makes you motivated to make something, and in the end will have a big payoff. That's what I think it is. Right? And now for everything outside Halo maps. One thing is, holy shit, did someone actually enter a Halo Custom Edition server while playing Halo MD? Now, for you guys who haven't even ever known anything outside Halo PC, Halo Trial, or Halo Custom Edition, there's actually a Halo MD, which is actually the Mac version of Halo Custom Edition. It's a simple description, and for years they've been on a separate master server thing. For some reason this guy found out how to get past through that through some wizardy shit, and I'm a tech guy, by the way. Will we get many players through this? Well, the demographics of Halo Mac players is well, really questionable, but you can have at it. Nazgul and Nas released a WAAAZZZZUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUUU that I put on 200% work on. Well, fair enough, my complaints have been heard anyhow. Oh well, you can check it out and whatnot. I'm just a little sad that I didn't make it at all. Because there weren't enough voices, that's why. And for the very last thing to know about Halo Custom Edition in July is how HaloFollower actually gave us some huge publicity. Now, here's the good side. Halo Custom Edition does need every publicity it gets, and it deserves it. Through this video, we might get some really naughty attention from lots of people, and specifically lots of really famous people, more famous than any of us, and I mean me and CE3, and then they'll make some content for Halo Custom Edition and that gets more attention. It's a domino effect, and I enjoy seeing that. Now, the very grey part is that only CE3 possibly gets the attention here, which I find very strange, because that's the last CE3 live we'll ever see. Hopefully it isn't, but it could have been like years ago. This should have gotten way more attention, but now is the time when the attention source to CE3 this year shall definitely be the best one. Now on the negative side, which I don't really want to talk about, but every time I do, it is a really funny topic, and it's who gets flooded into Halo Custom Edition. What kind of attention are we getting here? For one, people from HaloFollower aren't necessarily the most knowledgeable when it comes to computers, I would say. The most people who are gonna comment on HaloFollowers videos don't actually have computers that, you know, play games. I'm looking at you. Well, necessarily have no sense of a search engine. It's really debatable how good of an attention we're gonna get. But do we care by now? Because they might actually invest in Halo Custom Edition, and thanks to CE3 2016, it's our job to appeal them to stay with us and not have it one way or three ways. We're having it all the way. So on behalf of me and the fellow crew, I thank you, HaloFollower, for giving us some necessary attention. even if we never asked for it. But clearly the CE3 crew had other ideas. With this, we can get something out of this year. Something of a huge push that we can get through. Right, that's all the news I could get for you, which is much at all? Or is it too much? Or is it too less? Give your feedback in the comment section where I can see all the flames going at it again, especially the dislike dude that keeps on disliking. I know who you are and I will get you on some other day. So for now I'll just talk about some other things that regards this channel. We've reached a lot of subscribers in the past month, but thanks to YouTube's algorithm changing, we actually stopped getting subscribers. Strange. But with the new increase of new subscribers and them actively talking to me and me doing the same, I have noticed that they think I'm underappreciated. I know, I appreciate the thoughts, guys. I really do. But do I need those lots of attention that probably HaloFollower is getting? Right? You guys are pretty okay. There's no denying that I would stop making videos because of you, because there's no way I would want to continue if I still keep on getting bullshit comments. Because I don't get any. Because you guys are really good at keeping yourselves good. That's good for me. I'm a complimenter, by the way. So if in any way you would like to participate in more of our activities, then check out the Discord in the screen right here. This is where we do stuff together. Play Halo Custom Edition or even Halo 2, which is back online if you haven't noticed at all. I try my best to interact with you guys because as long as I have a manageable amount of people to talk to and don't get carried away like guys like PewDiePie, whatever. I don't actually watch him, but I can imagine he's not going to attempt to talk to everyone. But hey, I'm motivated enough to make videos and get into your asses. Alright, that's not actually true. I'll have to edit that out. I don't even... What? Hold on, this thing doesn't even have electricity on. There's no cord. What the... Where is it going?